Hello folks, this is Paragon RG spectating another high-level match. In this match we have Vodka L in the blue on the right, playing as the Rus against Hera in the red on the left, playing as the French, and we're on King of the Hill here. So let's take a quick look around the map before we get into it, and we'll see that there is a single sacred site in the middle of the map, tons of stone, tons of gold. So it often works out that the player that can take the middle first of all, triggers a 10-minute timer for the end of the match, if they can hold it, of course. But they also just have very good access to expensive resources. And this stone also allows for further production of keeps and walls and things like that, so you can hold that sacred site. But worth noting, let's keep an eye on the wood lines during this match. So players will have to expand to the outside portions of the match. Hera most likely moving toward that north area, which is actually quite wallable as well. So I wouldn't be surprised to see from Hera some walls come down somewhere over here, grabbing the berries, the wood line, and having this whole area just generally be quite a bit safer. Hera has been doing very well on the ladder for himself lately. I think he's about 7th right now. Haven't checked Vodka L. I will check that if I get a chance to do so early on in this match. Find a camp from Hera, house, food, villagers on sheep. No berries yet. Looks like he's going for a pretty quick feudal age, so that's fairly standard and expected from the Rus. Meanwhile, we pretty much expect something similar. Did I say Rus? I meant French. We expect something pretty similar out of the Rus player. He has the lumber camp, the hunting cabin, which will be generating 16 gold per minute. So not too bad, considering there's only a small patch here. Wow, 11 villagers on those sheep there. So we'll definitely need to bring more back soon, but he's going to be rushing as fast as he can for the feudal age. He already has the gold he needs. The scout has been, or actually multiple scouts have been running around. Let's take a quick look. He has 3 military, so looks like he produced 2 scouts, I think, out of the hunting cabin. Yeah, it's looking like he waited for that hunting cabin. Probably got it up pretty early, started producing scouts. And we see the Golden Gate coming down from him now. Golden Gate is the most common landmark that we see. It will allow him to trade at beneficial rates. It's not a mind-blowing landmark, but it does make certain things very smooth. For example, if you can get a ton of food, you can sell it for, sell it for gold and click up to Castle Age much sooner, or you can go for stone, for example, to place a second town center. Meta play for Rus at this stage is basically hit the Castle Age, aim for horse archers, add scouts, and pretty much there you go. Be aggressive. It's a pretty hard composition to beat, so we'll have to see if Vodka L manages to pull that off. So, on the other side, Hera going down with the School of Cavalry. Pretty normal stuff. We expect some fairly aggressive play from both players on this map. There is a chance to be defensive. As I said, you can wall places like this. You can, hit the next cliff. You can grab the sacred site. Maybe you can do a bit more walling. Hit these cliffs and so on. Find a way to wall off, at least make it really difficult for your opponent to harass you. I think a full wall is probably much less likely. Nevertheless, you can get some defensive play, but I still think Rus being Rus, French being French, we're going to see some pretty aggressive play from both players. Vodka has made it up to the next stage, has already used his initial supply, so he didn't buy stone, which tells us he won't be going for any kind of early town center. Probably just sold, let's say, food for gold. And, yeah, we'll see if he's using this to really just rush for the next age. So we'll see when he hits his next supply. And we'll see if we see some, plus 150 gold pop up here. So I think it's pretty normal that, basically, he doesn't even need to be on gold, really, right? I mean, he can get other resources. He can even get a lot of wood, and he'll get even more because of the wooden fortress, which will buff up the nearby lumber camp, allowing for 20%, to 20% faster, or just... I think it's just that the you drop off 20% more. We'll have to see. But basically the idea would be wooden food to do what you need, and then sell one of those resources to get the gold, and then you should be able to click up to the Castle Age. Let's check on his bounty. It's at 290, so he did at least hit Tier 2, and Tier 3 is more of a nice to have, although it is quite good. Vodka L starting to push out on the map. Grabbing, he got professional scouts. It's a tech I missed there. And so deer carcasses being brought home. Very much meta play from the Roost player. So there is a little bit of a stall phase there where you're making scouts, bringing home food for that steadier food supply. With this wooden fortress, it's pretty hard to raid them on the wood. So, you know, you've got berries at home near the town center, sheep often by the town center, deer carcass by the town center, wooden fortress on wood, no gold needed. You can see why it's just so hard to raid the Roost player. Hera is trying to do that. Knight getting out and about. I'd love to see if we could see kills on units. It's such a nice to have feature, but it is so nice to have it. It's such a quick way for players and casters to keep an eye on what kind of kills. Like, imagine I could select this and see how many kills this group had. Would be super cool. Wooden Fortress being quite useful. Oh, it needs to be careful. Might lose. Okay, going to get away. And we'll see if he researches Chivalry. I'm going to hold off a little on that in the meantime. Starting to produce archers. So Red is predicting the archer... Sorry, the Barracks Spearmen follow-up from his opponent. And look, this villager can't fit in the Wooden Fortress. Knight will take it out. And will get away. So 2 knights on very low health here. Does this one survive? It does. Hera will hope to get Chivalry to fix that situation. Archers are ready. This is such a fast counter from Hera. A preemptive counter. So before these spearmen even pop out, there are archers waiting for him. And let's take a look at what he can see on the map. So it was actually not as much as he could see earlier, but he had units all down here. So running around, scouts keeping a very close eye on the map. Knight poking in a little bit, has at least half health, so just trying to keep villagers idle as much as he can. Force them to pop into this wooden fortress. These villagers are starting to get a bit tired of that, and they will be going for the straggler tree by the wood line there, which is maybe just a little bit safer. It's also closer to the hometown center. Scouts still looking for more carcasses for Vodka L. He can grab the ones back here, for example, or maybe he'll loop behind Hera's base, but I think these are the likely target. And they may even encounter some archers, which won't be able to do too much against the scouts. So Hera building up a pretty good archer mass. His knights are pretty damaged, but let's take a look at economy. It was 33 for Hera and 29 for Vodka L. Now, Hera does, as the French, produce villagers faster, but this tells me at least 1 villager was killed, maybe even 2 of them. So really nice, aggressive play by Hera. Really good play here, though. Vodka L keeping exactly 8 villagers on this wood line so that Hera can't snipe anymore. So excellent play by him. If there were, 10 here, Hera would jump on that and just kill 2 villagers. It's worth it for him. I'd love to see Chivalry. Chivalry is coming in now, so this is such a clean French play. Get that massive knights. Just keep them alive, and they're all going to heal up. No loss from you, really. Just the cost of Chivalry, which scales nicely late into the game to keep your knights alive. Scout hanging out around here. So Hera really has a close eye, and he sees this Abbey of the Trinity going up for Vodka L. So excellent scouting from Hera, and we'll have to keep an eye on him. He is building up resources toward the Castle Age. Still quite a bit of gold needed to get there. Knights healing up nicely now. Looks like 1 a second. So it does take time, but it is extremely useful. And you'll try to snipe at least one of these scouts stop the deer carcass, stop the deer from getting home. Abbey of the Trinity finishing. Let's go to the overall view now here. Archery range, double archery range for the horse archer production. But the question for me is it enough? It looks like Hera was able to jump on this and get at least one more kill. I think a knight is going to go down from him here. Probably still worth it. He's slowly getting an economic advantage over his opponent. It's 40 on 34 now, economically. And Hera has more total military as well. So he's in such a good position here. This kind of play from Hera is just, it just squeezes you. It's just, you know, it's such tight play. He's a really good mechanical player. His resources are generally very, very tight. You see a lot of food now, but it's just because he's working toward the Castle Age. So I wouldn't call that loose resource management from him. Not at all. These villagers headed home. I think they're tired of being raided to death. And now that his opponent does have chivalry, these knights are healing up. It's just not safe enough. So Hera will use this opportunity to just torch down this wooden fortress. The top of the base now becoming quite a bit less safe for Vodka L. And it really makes me wonder, this many archers are already on Vodka L's base. How are the horse archers going to do anything? He's working to build up, but your opponent already has more archers. So unless these horse archers can be used to start raiding Hera, and maybe they can. Maybe he can get the jump on him back here. You know, kill 6 villagers or something like that. Start being annoying, force the military of your opponent to head home. I don't see how they're going to be useful. Or not useful, but they're not going to do enough. They are useful at taking out knights, so maybe he's going to push out now. Try to stop this from being taken. Hera's archers may be a bit out of position here. It looks like this might just burn down, though, so not the best timing him from there. Perfect play from Hera. Pulls out, no knights lost. Archers are now swinging around. And if he can get closer to the production here, he could start causing some problems. Oh, and I did not see this wood line at the back for Vodka. But Hera jumps on it, kills at least 2 villagers. Jumping into the wooden fortress now. Hera, I think, needs to pull back. But the damage is done. It's 47 villagers now from Hera, 36 for Vodka. And he's just continuing to squeeze here. 7 knights on the front. Most of them are almost fully healed up now. 18 archers. Those horse archers are not going to do enough. Knights running right in. There are 2 wooden fortresses here, but there are a ton of villagers, and they're not all going to fit. Let's see what damage he gets in. Just going to take the spears head on. I think that's a good play. He loses the knight, fine, but drives his opponent right off of this wood, and is going to keep chasing down villagers. Archers trying to get on the villagers rather, but really I think he's pushing off the horse archers of his opponent. And as a bonus, he's killing these villagers. So these horse archers not being effective just yet. And Hera putting on a clinic here as to how to deal with the Rus horse archer spam. Is you get on top of them early and get the archers at a good time, and you just stay there, right? You keep the pressure on at all times. Units continuing to stream out from Hera. He's moved to a berry bush toward the bottom. He's swinging around the back of his opponent's base. Only 1 relic in here as well, right? This whole area is just so dangerous that Vodka probably doesn't have much chance to go and pick up the relics. I think there may be another one already picked up. Do we see one coming home? 1, 2, 3. Where's the 4th? Unless Hera has one. No, Hera's still age 2, so not sure where that 5th relic got to. Hera continuing to cause problems here. Vodka L doing the right thing here. Trying to cut off Hera's reinforcements. These knights will take out horse archers really quickly if you're not careful. But overall, this was really good play from Vodka. Kills a couple of them. Uses the wooden fortress as well to snipe some archers where he can. Knights generally causing problems. Loops in from the back now. Joins forces. And will be more than a match for these horse archers. Hera definitely taking lots of attrition from being under these wooden fortresses. But, I mean, if we look at income per minute, it can't look good You know, Hera ahead on all fronts here. I don't know why this doesn't stay highlighted, because maybe it's just when there's a drop-off nearby or something, or rather recently, it highlights. But Hera absolutely dominating in income per minute right now. Yes, he's losing some forward units, but he's just going to torch down this wooden fortress. Doesn't care, driving away these horse archers. These villagers pop out. Hera a little late here to jump on them, but we'll still take out quite a few. Sorry, this game heating up here. Need to slow down my words. Going to be jumping on the next... Little graphical glitch there. Jumping on the next wooden fortress, trying to siege it down. Hera totally comfortable with taking the losses from this. He knows the amount of idle time it forces is totally worth it. Continuing to keep his opponent, Vodka, in his own base. Archers chipping away, but this is mostly the torch damage. What they're doing is when the villagers pop, these archers will be perfectly positioned to just kill pretty much every villager. So this is going to be really painful. Hera at 56, Vodka at 33, but if we watch this, it is going to go down. Oh, there's a bunch of scouts in here, actually. So only some villagers in there, and down to 31, now 32. So this is looking pretty bad for Vodka. Lots of idle villagers as well. I think he's not sure where to go. I think he needs to get them just doing something, doing anything. Get them on the wood. Doesn't really have enough wood to start a proper farming economy, though. Hera continuing to be aggressive with the knights. But you can see the archers are kind of the key to this. That without those archers, the horse archer spam is a bit difficult to deal with, especially when you're in your opponent's base. So this combination is so mean. This composition of units. More villagers going down. Hera ruthlessly chasing them down. It is now 58 to 30. Almost double villagers for Hera. And in fact, quite a few of these villagers are in fact idle. So this is actually worse than it looks. Even getting a bunch of horse archer kills. This is looking pretty bad. The spam continues from Hera. It's looking so solid. Do we see any sign of him clicking up? We don't. So just full feudal aggression from Hera. Tight execution. Good choice of units. Kept the pressure on. And just totally crippled Vodka. So in the end, Vodka doing what he could. There's some nice plays from him. But Hera, as the French, taking out Vodka as the Rus on King of the Hell. Hill, King of the Hell. Excellent play from both players. This has been Paragon RG. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked, please like and subscribe for more videos, and I will catch you next time.